In our Gunners review this year, we take a look at the plans for the new Arsenal Stadium, which would mean moving just down the road to Ashburton Grove. Skipper Tony Adams looks forward to his last season with the first team.
The average career of a professional footballer is 7 years, and to still be here 20 years later is just like beyond comprehension.
But the future's bright as we meet the new left-back who's a Highbury and England revelation.
And no one wants to let it go, and also I just got to keep going and keep trying to work hard and get into the Arsenal team. Number one.
We're behind the scenes at David Seaman's testimonial as his All-Stars take on Barcelona. And finally, we remember David Rocastle, who sadly lost his fight against cancer. We start though with the Premier League, way back in August.
Well, Quinn's coming in here, and Niall Quinn, the one-time Arsenal player, scores the first goal against Arsenal this season in the Premier League. Kanu. On from Parlour. Sunderland look for offside. They're not going to get it. Henry! Well, it's not a problem making the chances for Arsenal. It's the taking of them. Henry's away, and he's kept it in play. Silvinho. Oh, and Liverpool in all sorts of defensive tangles. They haven't got it away yet, and it's Silvinho again. Well, the decision is a corner. Vesterveld comes with the fist. He hasn't dealt with it. Laran! Well, it's his first full game for Arsenal, and he's delighted the Highbury faithful. Laran trying to stay onside, he's been able to do that. Oh, Henry's missed his kick. Bergkamp hasn't. Well, very unlucky. Arsenal bound forward with pace again. Henry. Osho trying to stop him getting the shot in. He can't do that. Beaten out by Vesterveld. Henry! That wraps it up. Denied with the left. Right on the spot with the right. Perez. Kanu. Lovely footwork. And Patrick Vieira is making the headlines here for the right reasons. Oh, the early cross has caught Arsenal out, and Andy Hunt has equalised. Powell. Not with plenty of players forward again. This is John Robinson. Aiming for Hunt. Finding Hunt. He's scored again. Arsenal looking for a fast start to the second half. Adams. Henry able to turn. Well, it's a terrific shot, but Charlton pay the price for allowing him a free-sided goal. Here's Stewart! Would you believe it? They lead again, 3-2. Slid forward by Dixon. Kanu. Turning Carl Tyler this way, and that Vieira! It arrowed into the bottom corner. It's 2 today for Patrick Vieira. Rimondi. What a tremendous match this is. And Arsenal looking to turn it their way with Henry! The touch was so assured, and so too was the shot. Vieira beckoning Silvinho forward with the pass, and he's got some space to use here. It's a beautiful run from the Brazilian, and it's Arsenal 5, Charlton 3. Thrilling climax.
So Arsenal set the pace in August by topping the Premiership. A good start for the manager, who's had to make some changes.
I thought that first we needed to have a start with a new team, because we lost Emmanuel Petit and Marco Overmars, and we lost 2 world-class players, so the question mark was how good will we be first. And as well, Thierry Henry had an outstanding season, but only 6 months in a new position, so I didn't know, will he confirm his level? Many questions were going through my head.
Now Hasselback. Oh, well, he's back in England, and he's back to haunt Arsenal again. Leboeuf takes it. Zola. Oh, it's 2 for Chelsea. Nothing ventured, nothing gained policy from Arsene Wenger now. And Silvinho's put Henry in for a chance and a goal. 2-1. And the Gunners with all guns blazing now. Kanu. Bergkamp trying to take some defenders away. Terrific tackle by Leboeuf. Silvinho! Well, come on, says Arsene Wenger, and how? Unstoppable from Silvinho. Arsenal have got to defend the second ball now. And that's as troublesome as the first. Here's Stuart McCall. Goal! There's no flag. And it's on a plate for Ashley Cole! Henry broke the offside trap, or the attempt at it, and Cole followed up the play. This is Wiltor. Still Wiltor! Well, here's a hopeful sign of many good things to come from Arsenal's new Frenchman, Sylvain Wiltor. Silvinho, who's really been in the attacking mood in recent games. It might run for Pires, it does run for Henry. Panazza! Well, Paulo Bonazza's been here a long time, waiting for a chance or two. He's taken this chance. Well, the referee's satisfied. And it's a goal back for Coventry City from Hadji. Holland. And it's steered in by Marcus Stewart. And where was the Arsenal defending? Kanu. Henri. It comes out for Dennis Bergkamp. Well, it's 1-1 at Portman Road, and Bergkamp has placed in the equaliser.
The Gunners dropped 3 places from August, but remained within 2 points of the leaders. Overall, Mr. Wenger was pleased.
The consistency we have shown was the spirit, and of course the resilience we have shown, that especially at Chelsea, we're happy to come back to a 2-2. We were disappointed not to win the game at Bradford, but at least it was a point.
Arsenal's Champions League campaign began against Sparta Prague in Group B. Silvinho's mazy run on goal brought the precious away result.
Well, David Seaman set the wall. Oh, it's deflected. Bakarev's free kick. And Arsenal are a goal down at Highbury. And here comes Shakhtar. Once more, Vareme! It's 2! Well, the Arsenal penalty taker is Thierry Henry. It's saved! Well taught! Silvinho's corner. Well, it hit Keown, and now it's hit the net. It's a goal. Kanu. And Keown's there again! Martin Keown is king at Highbury tonight! Kanu. Bergkamp, Ljungberg! That's a brilliant goal! Bergkamp, a real run of pace, and he's set up the chance, and it's Freddie Ljungberg once more!
The Gunners top Group B after 3 matches with 3 straight wins. Arsenal are looking to the future and to a new stadium. A move from Highbury to a new site at Ashburton Grove. Ken Fryer explains.
We have about 20,000 season ticket holders, another 20,000 people on the waiting list, and almost another 20,000 people on a ticket registration scheme. The demand for those wishing to come to the games is far greater than our capacity. And if we're going to move into the next century, then we do need a new stadium. This stadium was put up in 1913, and we've been in the borough since then. And there's little you can do with buildings such as these. The plans to redevelop Highbury are that we retain the current East Stand, which is a listed building. We retain the West Stand, which is not listed, but nevertheless we would like to retain that. And those 2 buildings will be converted into residential apartments, and quite a lot of them. With the north and the south stands will be demolished, and new residences will be constructed there, part of which will contain affordable housing, which again is important. We are very excited that it will regenerate the whole of this area. The history of the club will virtually be retained because of the buildings being retained, so we're very pleased with that.
So this is what the new 66,000-seater stadium will look like. It's ergonomic, designed to blend into the local area without intrusion on local residents, and it meets with the approval of the manager.
I would say Ashburton Grove has one advantage. We still remain the same club. This club has become big in the middle of the population, and that it's really come out of people's wish. And I feel as well when you go inside Highbury, it is special. Will then the new stadium have the same, create the same spirit? I don't know. It's always very difficult to achieve. Ashburton Grove is maybe the most expensive site we could ever make, but we feel home there.
Well, that is an astonishing goal out of absolutely nothing. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. And a chance maybe to improve that on the break here. Especially when Henry's around. Out comes Barthez. That's a wonderful outfield tackle from the goalkeeper. Bent in by Beckham. Scholes, who can be so dangerous lurking on the edge of the penalty area, but he's lost out to Freddie Ljungberg. Can Ljungberg go all the way? Now he's starting to look for support. Oh! A Wiltor's shot. Lauren. Perez. Henry's on the move. Oh, and he's found a way past Aston Villa, including goalkeeper David James, who was probably unsighted, didn't move. Headed forward by Dixon. And Bergkamp. He brushed aside Gareth Southgate. Southgate getting back and getting it off the very line. Bergkamp. Oh, Sinclair's mistake, and he's gifted a goal to Robert Perez. Sinclair looks back in anguish. Perez looks forward in delight. Vieira. Oh, an own goal! Rio Ferdinand. Bergkamp was in there looking to finish it off, but he didn't need to. Ferdinand did it for him. So finally the free kick can be taken, and it's teed up for Cole! An arrow from Ashley Cole. Charvet trying to see off his fellow countryman Thierry Henry. Clearance only found Ljungberg. The back heel found Bergkamp, and Manchester City rather victims of their own poor defending here, but that can't take away the quality of Dennis Bergkamp's finish. It's really set up for Arsenal, you feel now. Bergkamp, Henry, and the players well aware of that as well. The home players are revelling in the space, and it's Wiltor who gets in on the act here. The angle on Henry's pass in behind the defenders, allowing Wiltor's run to coincide. That's another one. Oh, Vikins hesitated, and he who hesitates against Arsenal in this sort of form is likely to be lost by a pretty heavy margin. Henry, is he onside? He is. Well, it's super stuff from Arsenal. Just a suspicion of offside, but the flag stayed down and the ball stayed down under the crossbar.
At the end of October, the difference between Arsenal and Manchester United is goal difference. The boss was happy with the squad's morale.
Everyone wants to play, and we have shown since the beginning of the season that we have 20 good players, and no matter who plays, we have always kept the same spirit and the same quality.
In the Champions League, the Gunners continued to do well. Against Lazio in Rome, Pavel Nedved scored first. Arsenal showed resilience and nerve when Robert Perez struck back to notch another point.
Vieira. Ray Parlour! He's powered it in. Great run by Perez. And Arsenal score again. And it's Lauren.
The Gunners, unbeaten in Europe after 5 games, have qualified for the next stage, and with a new left-back who was making a big impression.
I would like to have that feeling. When you was fan to it, you was fan. When you was looking at Arsenal, you was looking at them as a fan, and now you're playing for Arsenal. You know, it must be a strange feeling.
In October, Ashley Cole scored his first goal for the senior team against Bradford. A star was born.
He's a winner. He wants to win, and shows that he's not afraid to play and to win and to fight to win the games.
21-year-old Ashley Cole emerged from the Arsenal Centre of Excellence, Youth and Reserve squads in his first full season with something that both club and especially country were looking for: a sweet left foot. Cole has made an impression, coming in as an ideal replacement for the injured first choice Silvinho. Ashley is a local boy whose priority is to learn from those around him.
Obviously I just got to keep going and keep trying to work hard and get into the Arsenal team as #1, but obviously playing and training with great players and good coaches, I think can't go wrong, just got to keep going really.
I would never have thought that he would get in front of Silvinho before the end of the season, and that he would be in the national team at the end of the season. It's amazing. Since I'm in football, I've not seen many cases like that.
Ashley is grateful for 2 coaches with a quiet and thoughtful approach to the game.
They don't need to shout, they just put it across slowly, and obviously nice is how you understand it. And most of the good managers don't run and rave.
Ashley Cole, doing the business for both club and country.
He'll just get better and better as long as he keeps listening, which he looks like he will do. He's always asking questions of the older lads in training and about positional play on a Saturday, and he wants to learn, and there's no reason why he can't be England's left back now for at least 10 years.
Pallister. Oh, he's wrong-footed, Vickers. And Ljungberg steps in. He's knocked down by Crossley. Penalty, and Crossley's in trouble. Mark Crossley likely to receive red here. So it's Marlon Beresford, his first task, to try and prevent Arsenal taking the lead with a Thierry Henry penalty, but Arsenal do take the lead with a Thierry Henry penalty. Well, all the delay didn't distract the Frenchman who fired it home. Taken on by Ljungberg on the burst, and more from the shaven-headed Swede here. Well, he went for the difficult job, and Derby stand firm. Vieira goes in. Wiltor, Bergkamp ahead of him. It's still Wiltor as Derby this time backed off. Vieira. Bergkamp. Oh, well, you knew what he was going to try and do, but so did Mark Paul. Kanu's pass quite get Ashley Cole in behind. And Everton creating 1 or 2 problems for themselves here. Kanu. It comes out to Ljungberg. Oh no, off the underside of the bar, Perez. Ljungberg was already celebrating. Naismith. It's Canamatore. Campbell. Enjoying, I'm sure, the position of his present club, leading his first club, and Campbell adds to that lead. Dacor takes it, deflected. Goal for Leeds United. Vieira making excellent ground. Wiltor, just a touch onto the post by Robinson. Silvinho, beaten out by Robinson.
So at the end of November, Arsenal in second place, but 2 defeats and a draw meant that Manchester United were 8 points clear.
It's frustrating for the players, but at least we still can play, you know. But for the fans, it has to be something. It has to be too much for them now to handle, because they cannot play.
Cross by Wilness. Oh, and it's Jamie Clapham. Stepanovs. Wiltor, long way out. Oh, but not far out when it came to the range. Unlucky. Stepanovs. Well, it's a new face for the Arsenal fans. Maybe a new favourite. Stepanovs makes it 1-1. Wiltor! But he's not been shy in shooting tonight. Clapham. Oh, and Clapham in a great position for a cross here. Scowcroft has turned and scored.
In the Champions League, Arsenal lost away to the Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk in their final match in Group B. Arsenal still topped Group B, and it was a case of who they were going to meet in the next stage. Now in Group C, in their first match against Spartak Moscow in temperatures 20 degrees below, Arsenal lost, despite this goal by Silvinho. Bayern Munich and Olympique Marseille were to come, but in November the Gunners went from the top of one group to the bottom of another.
Wiltor. Silvinho. Bergkamp. Well, the fates were kind to Southampton then. Here's Grimandi. That might have sneaked in, but Paul Jones was vigilant, and he was certainly on his toes as Arsenal threatened with Bergkamp. It's not an easy ball to strike, this one. But he struck it so well. And then Grimandi's attempted cross very nearly found its way in. Luzhny. Henry. Kanu. Ljungberg, goalkeeper, starts to come. Henry off the post. And it's Oleg Luzhny to take the corner. Well, it's deflected. Vieira went in. That might be an own goal. But what matters to Arsenal is they have scored here with Patrick Vieira's deflected header. Back with Adams again. ball from the skipper this time. Well, it was a ball that still needed a bit of work to be done to it, but Thierry Henry came up trumps. Fantastic first touch, sublime second scoring touch. Griffin, and he's lost out to the tenacity of Freddie Ljungberg. Kanu, it's Parla! Pace and precision from Arsenal. Solano. Rimondi's got it back for the Gunners. Ljungberg. Oh, and Kanu with a huge gap to stride onto and stride into and score very easily indeed. Good vision by Ljungberg. Not very good defensive work by Newcastle United. Norrie. Oh, it's Parla! Not too many scoring Ray Parla headers down the years, so here's one for the connoisseurs and the Parla Appreciation Society. Dixon. Pires. Bergkamp trying to stay onside. Oh, Parla's timed his run from deep. Ray Parla, the hat-trick. Well, he got one earlier this year against Werder Bremen, but this is a Highbury hat-trick for Parla. And a moment to treasure. That's a good early cross, just too high for Ferdinand. Anderton. Rebrov! Arsenal still chasing the equaliser. Henry! That's a great stop by Sullivan. In goes Pires. Will Henry get there? He does. Thierry Henry, and he's thwarted by Sullivan again, and Chris Perry clears for the corner. Vieira! Well, Arsenal will feel that justice has been done late on here at White Hart Lane. Real push and shove as the ball arrived, but Vieira won the battle. Throw from Marcus Babbel. Gerrard! Now Heskey. He's held off Martin Keough. A fumble by Manninger. And a goal for Michael Owen. Deep corner by Pires, and that is a marvellous goal by Thierry Henry. On the half volley too. Kanu. Henry. It's Vieira! Well, plenty of seasonal cheer here for the Arsenal fans. And classy and cheeky from Patrick Vieira. So Guppy takes it. Oh, Manninger's lost it, and it's a gift for Akinbai. Parla. Only Dixon is. This is where you'd expect Henry to be, and he's turned Matt Elliott inside out, and another Thierry Henry goal. Quicker on the spin, and the shot was almost a formality. It's Ljungberg's. Vivas. No offside. Henry against Flowers. And Henry past Flowers. Well, Tim Flowers did very well here up to a point. He stayed on his feet, he forced Thierry Henry wide, but unfortunately for Flowers, Henry was in the end just too good for him. Well, Parler on the ball and plenty of others on the charge, including Tony Adams. Already 5-1 to Arsenal. Is it 6? It is! It's the Skippers! Well, the Arsenal supporters loving this. He's trying to get round the back, but it's Vieira who's done the job. One 0 to Arsenal. Hutchison. Perez. Henry against the Macon, past Macon. Ljungberg didn't get there, Dixon might. Dixon has done. Well, some splendid play in this first half from Arsenal. They lead 2-0. So Patrick Vieira is penalised. Up steps Kevin Phillips. And there's new life in the game for Sunderland. Adams. Vieira. And he's caught by McCann. Here's a Dicchio. Stepping off, sliding in. Grimaldi there as insurance as well. Now Vieira. Here goes Alex Ray. McCann! Well, he's made a lot out of very little indeed.
3 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat kept Arsenal in second place. One person on the month's score sheet, though, was Lee Dixon, 37 years young.
I've been offered a new contract for next season. I've not signed it yet, but I'm pretty sure I will do. I don't want to go anywhere else, and my thoughts are that it will be my last season next year as well. But the training side of it is getting harder, and you know, I still want to be involved. And if I can be around next year and lend a hand here and there, then you know, that'll be brilliant.
Action from the Champions League, and Bayern Munich came to Highbury as the leaders of Group C. Thierry Henry opened up the proceedings after taking this pass from Kanu and was clearly delighted to score his first Euro goal of the season. In the second half, Henry returned the favour by laying on this pass for Kanu to score. It was Arsenal's second, but the match ended up as a draw. Arsenal with 1 point from 2 games as the Champions League took a break until February. There was still much to play for, and Henry's form was a positive factor.
I felt quite lucky that I didn't have a big injury or something else, and I've been involved all the time in all the game. So that was for me one of my satisfaction this season.
Perez. Oh, it's Wiltor on his FA Cup debut. Vieira's pass was incisive, and so too was the finish. Well, a lucky escape for Arsenal, and they look to make something of it here. Dixon. Oh, it's an own goal from Plummer. Well, Arsenal could easily have been 1 down moments earlier. Now they are 1 up. Premiership power, Premiership pace. Lauren. Bergkamp, goalkeeper, trying to get back. Wiltor! Well, that might have been deflected too. Bergkamp possibly looking for Ray Parler, but he found Sylvain Wiltor. Parler quickly on the scene. Now Pires. The Cole. It's another own goal. Forced by the presence of Wiltor, but as Cole crossed it, it's the former Arsenal player Matthew Rose who got the final touch. Deep corner from Pires. Oh, no one guarding the post. It's Wiltor's goal. Concentrating here, I'm sure, on just getting it on target. And he did more than that. He scored for Arsenal. Touch from Parler. One from Lauren. Bergkamp. Parler, the architect again. Pires. He scores. Well, the first touch from Robert Pires was crucial here because it took him directly on a line towards goal. It was Vieira's interception, and Dennis Bergkamp joins the party in terms of being a goal scorer at Loftus Road. It's a romp for Arsenal. He got a foot in. Kanu. Parler. Fine try. It's Bartlett's pass. Johansson! Vieira. It's moving from right to left, and on the left is Robert Pires. Goal! Coming in from the left onto that right foot. Better of Leboeuf. It's a good stop by Cudicini. Wise with the corner. Well, it's in now, and it's John Terry. Wiltor. It's a marvellous run. So unlucky. Forward by Vieira. Wiltor. Parler has a look to see what's on in the centre, and in the end, fired it goalwards. Royce kept it out. This is going to drop for Bergkamp, whose cushioning technique was pretty good. Oh, and Ray Parler has skimmed it past Gary Walsh. Right into the corner. Dixon. And he's still going. Lee Dixon, good angle for the cross now. And it's led to a headed goal for Arsenal from Lauren. Well, it's supposed to be a weak part of the Arsenal game, converting crosses in the air. Looking for more headers here. Oh, and it's just too high for Vieira to control.
One win, 2 draws and a defeat kept Arsenal in second place. Their away form, though, was a concern for the manager.
I'm not used that our team doesn't do well or perform away from home, and it is really worry this season. But at least the fact that you won the QPR will give us the belief to the team that they can do it and perform, because we are in front of important away games.
Perez. Putting their passes together here. Henry. Oh, down goes Lauren. He was pushed by Gronkia. Penalty. Up steps Thierry Henry. Well, it's been hard work for Arsenal, but they're in front now. Bergkamp. This is when Arsenal are such a fine sight when they're looking to break forward. It's a miscued cross by Henry that nearly brought an unexpected dividend. Desai. Chelsea happier to be on the ball than letting Arsenal run at them with the ball. Hasselbank! What a goal! A bolt from the blue. From the man in blue. Not long by Stepanov, so Desai is struggling. Wiltor gets a touch. Sylvain Wiltor off the bench to brilliant effect. Vieira. Hesitation there by Babayaro. Wiltor, he's got another one. Well, Sylvain Wiltor showing his ability to very good effect in the FA Cup. Ooh, and Hedman misjudged that. But he was back when he was needed from Ray Parlour. Adams. Wiltor managing to stay onside. Well, the goalkeeper's come and made a mess of that. And Dennis Bergkamp certainly hasn't. He's put Arsenal in front. Hedman started to come. Didn't get there. Dixon. Wiltor! What a good save from Richard Wright. Guided down so shrewdly by Bergkamp, hit well by Wiltor. Now a chance for Arsenal to click into gear. A little bit lucky with the original pass, but Henry! Very much at the sharp end. Well, super flowing football from Arsenal. And an end product to it.
February was the month in which Manchester United took a 16-point lead over the Gunners, who maintained an end-of-month second place for the 4th consecutive month. It was disappointing.
It's
squad is very good, and it was annoying that away form in particular was poor, and I think that I think they're going to win the league by what, 10 points. So you're looking at 3 games, and we lost 6 away from home. So you win them 3, it's a different league.
When we look back, our own form was fantastic. It was better than Man United's at the time. It was just our away form that let us down. But it's something that we've got to try and work on and hopefully get better for next season.
Cole's cross. At Highbury, Robert Pires found Dennis Bergkamp, and the Dutchman took his chance in typical style. But the result was a 1-1 draw. With Bayern Munich running away with the group, the Gunners looked the best bet for second and a shot at the quarter-finals. The Highbury factor was clearly helping the team.
You look at the other seasons, we played the Champions League, in the Champions League, and you see that at home we didn't lose a game. And before at home at Wembley we couldn't win a game. It just shows that we didn't play at home. And nobody could survive, I think, by playing the home games away from its ground. And that's why this season, the step forward we made in the Champions League is just down to Highbury.
Lauren. Now Pires. Dixon's gone infield, but it's swept in. Not by Lee Dixon, but by Sylvain Wiltord. Great start for the Gunners. In goes Adams! It's 2. And already Arsenal striding towards an FA Cup semi-final. And Adams made that his. Blackburn really haven't got out of first gear. Oh, it's Pires! Beautifully done! There's a fine sweeping pass from Wiltord. But Pires had to take it on the run, deal with the bounce, cushioned it splendidly and tucked it away beautifully. Pearce's header was seized on by Pires, and the chance then made for Wiltord. West Ham wanted offside, they didn't get it. Dixon using it quickly and accurately. Wiltord! Well, he's mentioned in comparisons as possibly a new Ian Wright. This is Ian Wright style finishing from the Frenchman. Wiltord. Ljungberg. Could this be a first half hat-trick for Sylvain Wiltord? It is! Well, he played a part in the build-up as well as rounding off this chance. He's in tremendous form. Vieira. Ljungberg. Oh, and well, Freddie Ljungberg thinks it's a foul. The referee disagrees. Bergkamp. Real zip and penetration about the play in this game so far, but maybe Arsenal can do better here. Wiltord's shot side netting.
To observe a period of silence in respect of the memory of David Rocastle.
Well, whatever happens in today's North London derby, thoughts of David Rocastle will dominate the day. Arsenal well grouped defensively, and in the end it was Parler who won it back. Keown injecting some purpose into Arsenal's play here. Well, it was Gary Doherty who was struggling. Ori has the shot. Penalty appeals, all sorts of incident here. Still 0-0. Vieira. Ori. Vieira takes over again. Pires. Robert Pires! Well, he wears the number 7, which was, of course, the number of David Rocastle. It's an appropriate goal. Pires. Kanu! Very good stop by Sullivan. Neil Sullivan, who played so well when these two teams met at White Hart Lane, for the fore again here. Vieira. Kanu for Vieira. And once more Sullivan saves Spurs. Well, Patrick Vieira often seems to reserve something even more excellent for matches against the old enemy. In goes Vieira, in goes Parler, both were lunging rather, but legal enough. Ori, a problem here for Perry, a big problem for Perry and for Sullivan and for Spurs. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. Well, sometimes you forget he's got such skill to go with the speed. Thierry Henry, tremendous goal.
Still in second place with that emphatic win over Spurs, but the sad loss off the pitch of an Arsenal old boy.
I can remember first seeing Rocky playing for our youth team in the early 80s. And I came home one day and I told my kids, I've seen a player today playing for our youth team who could well be a Brazilian, and yet he comes from Lewisham. He had so much skill and ability. And I kept on mentioning his name for weeks on end, so much so that my wife very kindly bought me this table, and the legs are supposed to be Rocky's legs, and it's a permanent feature in my office. And it's a very, very sad time when we've seen such a player, like with his ability and quality, pass away at such a tender age as 33.
Rocky the footballer was fantastic. He was a guy that could just produce something out of nothing, and I'd seen it so many times. And as a guy, he was a gentleman. He was a really nice guy, friendly, you know, always smiling and always had time for anybody.
I think you could tell a lot about what he was like as a person by the way he played the game. You know, wholehearted, honest, lend a hand to somebody in trouble. On the pitch and off it.
I could sit here and talk all day about David, you know, I don't think I've got time to do that, but I don't know, simply I just love the guy.
He played for the same team as me, and obviously he done a lot of things that I didn't do yet for the team, and that's the thing I will respect forever.
He wanted to win, not only in his football, but I think later in his life he really wanted to conquer this cancer, and he gave it his best shot, and unfortunately it wasn't to be.
He left such great memories here that everybody has been devastated this year. We had a terrible season in that aspect. We lost Georgie Armstrong going out here and training and died. We lost Nicolo Galli, 18-year-old boy. We had a hope a great future. And when David Rocastle, 34 years old, it's unbelievable what happened this year. It just looks all young people who die so early, and you cannot do anything about it.
Just a dear friend and a talented footballer, and I'm not going to say too much because I'll end up crying again. And yeah, it's a big hole.
Russians' defence to score the only goal of the match, 1-0. Despite losing 1-0 to Bayern Munich the following week, the Gunners qualify for the Champions League quarter-finals for the first time.
It is massive. You know, the Champions League is it's a great competition to play in, but you can tell by the viewing figures that, you know, everybody wants to see the Champions League, and every team wants to be in it. So you know, it's the more experience we get, the better it'll be.
In goes Doherty. Ferdinand. Seaman saved it. Everson. Doherty. Sol Campbell is still off the pitch, but Patrick Vieira is very much on it. 1-1. Vieira majestically forward. This is Wiltor. Pires coming in from the far side. Robert Pires! Arsenal in front at last. Larrett. Now Cole. Wiltor, oh, it's fallen kindly for Freddie Ljungberg. Well, an early breakthrough for Arsenal here. Manchester City just can't get into any sort of stride. And that's largely down to the way Arsenal have been so fast off the blocks. And it's two! Taken on the turn by Wiltor. With Parlour the provider. Well, you have to feel for Carlo Nash, given a chance in the Manchester City goal. He's not getting any sort of protection at all. And there's more trouble looming for him here, and it's Ljungberg, and it's three. Arsenal simply carving struggling Manchester City apart. They're in again. It's Cole. It's come behind Kanu, but he still tucks it away. Again, precise build-up, but pretty unattended by Manchester City defenders. Howie missed his kick, Kanu scores. This is Windass. Oh, deflected. Edu deflected it in. Ricard. Picked up by Ince. Well, Manchester United Ljungberg! Fine Arsenal goal. With Ori sliding it through and Ljungberg converting it first time. Nyako. Oh, it's Campbell. It's still Campbell. Back at Highbury with the goal. Well, head and shoulders above the rest. And his teammates as thrilled for him as he is for himself. Everton trying to start from deep, but rather overplaying. And it might be at some price, it is. Because Henry's round the goalkeeper. If it comes to a race for the ball, you can expect Henry to win it. Vieira lengthening the stride. Wiltor. Wow! Well, it always looks that much more spectacular when it goes in off the underside of the bar. Wiltor with a full turn here. And a fine, spectacular shot. Wiltor. But now Cole. Derby still putting up the barricades, but they might be breached here by Kanu. Well, Wiltor played a big part as well. Delap. Oh, Aranio! Arsenal searching out a way to regain the lead. Henry, early cross. Wiltor, what a save by Pope, follow up by Perez. They are back in front. Well, Wiltor must have thought he was a scorer here, but Arsenal grateful for Perez.
By the end of April, Arsenal had continued to maintain second place, and the management was pleased with the form of the new players.
I must truly say that even if the new players came in and did very well, Pires was outstanding, Wiltor, Lauren had all good seasons, but we didn't find the left-footed player like we had Petit before in the midfield.
It was a wonderful, occasion. The sun made it. I think the supporters made it. Two fantastic supported teams, and unfortunately the wrong result.
There was loads of people around, but everybody was mixing, so it was a great atmosphere. People said that the atmosphere at Wembley is fantastic, which it was, but the one at Cardiff was good too. And it was great weather, great day.
And for mascot Ryan Rocastle, Rocky's 9-year-old son, a very special day.
I put my arm around him and said hello and things, and tried to make him a bit more happier, because I think he was a little bit nervous, but I'm sure he had a great day, like us all.
Here come Arsenal again with Ljungberg. Ljungberg! Well, a lead that Arsenal thoroughly deserve. Owen gets there. Still Michael Owen. Well, he's turned the cup final on its head.
For 18 seasons, Tony Adams has been the mainstay of Arsenal's defence. Next year, he retires.
He's maybe a natural leader. What you call natural leader is that people listen to him. And as well, he has matured a lot as a person. He's gone through difficult periods in his life, and with ups and downs, has learned to handle it, and that makes him a much more mature person than 5-6 years ago. And that kind of mixture between stable emotionally, emotional stability, and the fact that he was always a natural leader makes him a great captain.
The only thing that I wanted to be, I wanted to play football. That's the only thing that I've ever wanted to do, and to get that opportunity and do it professionally as a living. The average career of a professional footballer is 7 years, and to still be here 20 years later is just like beyond comprehension. It was very simple, to be honest with you. I pretty much couldn't combine the two. I'd love to still be doing it, but I'm not 24. I'm 34 and 35 in October, and I was suffering as a person, and you know, Arsenal was suffering as an employer. I realised that I needed to let something go, and it just happens to, unfortunately, has to be international.
Tony Adams, when he goes to the national team, is not like a normal player. He has all the pressure of the result and of the team on his shoulders, and I felt that it was too much for him physically.
I just feel maybe enough is enough. You know, I've had a fantastic time here, and I've got high standards I am putting in. My form's very good at the moment, and I don't want to let that drop. You know, I don't want to become an also-rounder, make-up player. So I do want to go out on the top. You know, I've got a life outside football. My children are very important to me, and I think they deserve their dad. You know, it's been a lot of I've put a lot of time and effort into this football club, and maybe it's time to be a little bit selfish and look after me and my family now.
He's going to retire, but I feel that he has to put everything into it now to have an outstanding season. He can still make a decision. You see, Tony Adams has done so much for the club that at the end of next season, if he feels, he can still do it, and I feel the same. We can still sit together.
I give everything every year. And this is no exception. I give everything last year, you know, what I had in me. Unfortunately, I dislocated my toe and twisted my ankle and missed 10 games for that. So hopefully I can stay fitness free, you know, fitness fit, and give everything again, for whether it be my first year or my last year.
Perez. There's a great edge to the rivalry between these two clubs. Ljungberg, and it's Freddie Ljungberg. Well, he won't want the season to finish, the form that he's showing. Wiltor has found the right angle. 2-0. Vieira made all the running, and Leeds might have thought that they got a moment's breathing space here, but Wiltor had other ideas. Core memories of that free kick at Ellen Road, but it's Hart who takes this one, and he scores! Newcastle have got through in the middle. Carl Court is one of them. Bergkamp has got there first. And Arsenal looking to settle second place here. Adams! Nearly. Newcastle having problems with the depth of the corner. And the presence of Arsenal. It's a goal for the Gunners, and it's scored by Ashley Cole. Well, you can understand Southampton's urgency here. The last league game at the Dell. They want to go out with a bang. Manning rolls the ball out here. Oh, and Cashlow, it's a gig for Southampton. Perez. And here's Henry. Turbocharged pace again. Perez has continued his run. And Ljungberg in the right place at the right time. Yet again for Arsenal. One or two options for Henry here. He didn't waste the position, nor did Ljungberg waste the chance. And this is Gary Monk. Out comes Manninger. Oh, it's a second equaliser for Hassan Cashlow. He just couldn't write a script like this.
So the end of another Premier League campaign gave the Gunners 70 points from 38 matches, second place and an immediate return to the Champions League next season. Thierry Henry was the leading scorer with 22 in all competitions.
From 1st of January until now, the last game of the season, we lost one away game. That's at Man United. And that shows that the team has grown together, it's become stronger, but as well that, of course, we have to show that kind of consistency next season.
In the FA's Reserve League, Arsenal was 7th.
Alex Bailey with the throw. Pennant. That's great work by Jermaine Pennant. Thomas. Aliadier! He has been the hot shot in the Youth Cup. Another fine cross by Pennant. A mistake by Cole. And Jerome Thomas puts it away. This is Volts, who's been looking for a goal all evening. He's got one.
In the second leg, Blackburn proved a tough match at Ewood Park, but Arsenal still scored away through Ben Chorley. And it was Chorley who later picked up the AXA FA Youth Trophy. At Selhurst Park, Arsenal's ladies took on Fulham in the AXA FA Women's Trophy final. Marianne Spacey's shot hit the bar, but Angela Banks was on hand to shoot past Fulham's keeper Jodie Bowery for the only goal of the match. Arsenal captain Sian Williams stepped up to collect the trophy for the Gunners ladies. And congratulations as well to Patrick Vieira, who was named Carling Player of the Year. The family and friends of David Seaman came to Highbury on the 22nd of May to pay tribute to the great Arsenal goalkeeper in his testimonial game against Barcelona.
When I found out that it was Barcelona, I was just like, wow, you know, like Barcelona coming to play in my game. It's a great, great feeling, and I just can't wait. You know, it's going to be, hopefully it'll be a great night.
The media was out in force to grab that soundbite off the great man, whilst colleagues were only interested in his hair.
I've got no intentions of retiring yet. I'm still enjoying it, and you know, like touch wood, I'm stay away from injuries, and you know, the body feels fine. I haven't got any like chronic injuries or anything like that. It's the injuries that I have been getting are just like pulled muscles or back or shoulder or whatever. It's just day-to-day injuries. I've just been a little bit unfortunate, but there you go. So as long as I feel like I am now, I'll just keep going. But I'm sure there'll become a day when it is time to call it a day. But people have said, you know, you will know in yourself when your standards are falling, or whether you just don't want to do it anymore.
Vice Chairman David Dean was amongst the first to congratulate David, who's always had time for the people he thinks matter at Highbury, the fans.
Hello, David! Hello, darling. It's panic down there. Oh, we're not happy about you.
And David took time out to give his daughter a few tips on playing in front of a full house.
Come on! Here we go. See you out there. Have a lovely night. Come on in, boys. Good luck.
Good luck, mate. Come on, Paul.
Thomas is in the Arsenal.
Come on, Janine. Come on. There you go. We need your pace today.
In 11 seasons at Highbury, he's made almost 500 appearances. His decision to quit will be his alone.
Want to play?
It can be dictated to you by the physical thing, but if your body's fine, then obviously it's going to be a mental thing, and whether you want to carry on or whether you want to do something else in life, because you know, life isn't all about football.
It's a great turnout for David Seaman tonight. And having got the game and got the people here, of course he'd love to win it against mighty Barcelona. Here's Petit. Also trying to hold that back line that's done so well in front of David Seaman down the years. It's not done well. Here a goal for Alfonso. Oh, and Alfonso again, in off David Seaman's dive to his right. Now over Mars, pace that Arsenal supporters used to appreciate. And Seaman with the sort of save that Arsenal hope they will continue to appreciate for years to come. Barcelona are enjoying themselves really, but so too is David Seaman, who came out to good effect. Well, it's time for the man himself to show his appreciation of those who came to honour him tonight. The captain leads the applause. A special man, a special goalkeeper, and all at Arsenal Football Club recognise that.
The message to the fans is just to thank them for all they've done for us this year. The great support, they've always been very positive, and just to promise them that we'll come back and be stronger next year, and tell them that we'll need their support again.
So that's it for another year as the Gunners go for glory next season.